Good morning, everybody. As you can see, it's mid-season again and the flies are out biting, and we're in the perfect scenario for it here. We're going up through a forest track, which normally it's quite windy in this area, but today it happens to be very still, which again is perfect conditions for the midges. Did I bring my midge protection spray? No, I did not. So today we're going to go on another walk and we're going to leave this spot quite quickly so that I can get further on up the hill where there's going to be a bit of a breeze, which will hopefully reduce the number of midges biting us, and we'll hopefully get some footage if the cloud lifts, because guess what, we've driven 3 hours and the cloud is on top of the mountain yet again. But you can't accuse us of not trying, so let's go and see what we can see. So now that we're here in an area that has less midges in it because there's a bit of a breeze, I can explain that we're going to climb Ben Wiskin in County Sligo. It's just off the Gleniff horseshoe. Lovely scenic area, hoping that the cloud will blow over yet again. It's a long way to come for us here, and we're just hoping that the cloud will go, because there are some lovely views up there at the top. We've got the drone's working with us. We just need to keep our fingers crossed that the cloud will blow on. So let's go on a bit further. Come on. Okay, so as we're climbing here, it's quite overgrown with the rushes and that, and then we have the forest there beside us, which makes it very slow terrain to get through, and it's dark, and if light conditions go, it's hard. We've actually come down here as light conditions are going to get through the forest, and in that scenario we've followed a fire break to get back down onto the track. In this scenario today, the path of least resistance is where sheep commonly track up and down, and you get a bit of a sheep trail. And in this case here, the sheep are the experts in their field, literally, because they know the path of least resistance up and down the side of this hillside. So we're just following the sheep trail as we get up alongside the fence. That'll take us up on to the side of Ben Wiskin. Let's keep going. So why do we walk in zigzags up the hill? It's hard to capture on the GoPro, or quite a steep angle here. And when you get to a steep angle, it makes it a bit easier on yourself to take zigzag walks up the hill. Again, the experts in their field, the sheep, tend to walk on wee trails and zigzags as they go up and down the hills, so just makes it a bit easier on yourself, but hopefully the camera will capture. See you shortly. Okay folks, we're up here at the edge of Ben Wiskin, making our way up to the top. It is quite a steep edge here, you have to be a bit careful. The wind is picking up here now, but the plus side to that is the cloud is starting to lift. We have been in this area before, and we have covered a video before of Mullaghmore, the large RTE aerial that's on the top of Mullaghmore mountain. Out in the distance here we have the seaside resort of Mullaghmore. You can see here in the background just how steep this area is. You have to be very careful. But we are going to urge caution, and we're going to walk on, and we're going to capture you some views hopefully as this cloud lifts. See you shortly. I got everything. Mobile phone, car keys. Have we got the GoPro? Oh, we do. There's the GoPro looking at me right now. Great stuff. Always check you've got everything with you, even if it is halfway down, because it's better to climb halfway up than it is to get to the bottom and realise, oh no, I have to go all the way back to the top again. So yes, just checking we've got all our kit. And in typical fashion, the cloud has cleared as we're finally descending. However, we'll make the best out of it and we'll go to the seaside for a paddle. Come on, let's go. This ground is deceptively steep and it's difficult to capture how steep it is, but hopefully if you can see a line of trees in the background, it will give you an idea when we get there how tall the trees are when you see them. And they're currently, they look like very small little trees at the moment. Okay folks, just an observation. This post was an old tree line and the farmer has made a fence here alongside. But you'll notice on the post there's a lot of white bird poop on the post. And there's a great evidence of it here in the ground. And typically this area is a perch point for the likes of a big hawk like a buzzard. So if you're enjoying nature and bird watching and things like that, and quite often you'll find that a hawk will perch on a post like this. There's poop here that shows that this is one of the hawk's favourite places. So it's a good spot if you were watching for birds and wildlife in the area, but that's a good example of a perch point of where the hawk would sit and observe, looking for its prey. Another observation that a lot of people aren't aware of is the fairy thorn, the hawthorn tree. It's a white hawthorn. Generally you find it in a lot of farms throughout Ireland, and it's used as a dense hedge to keep livestock within fields and boundaries. When you see one on its own, the farmer will never cut it because it's bad luck to cut a single thorn tree. And when you find one single thorn tree, it's usually because people have believed in the past in folklore that the fairies occupy these areas, and it's really bad luck. There's countless stories over time where the farmer has come along and decided to cut that one single tree, and then has had some misfortune or mishap was the word that I was looking for. So the farmer wouldn't have cut the tree because in general there'd have been some mishap or misfortune that would have occurred after the cutting of the tree. So we can see here a good example of a single fairy thorn not being cut for that reason. There we are, folks. Safe and sound. Back at the car. Another short little walk. Ben Wiskin, Gleniff, Horseshoe, County Sligo. I'll put some GPS coordinates where you can park your car and where you can walk up the track and access the hill itself. The weather now is fantastic. We're going to make our way down in towards Mullaghmore. Fish and chips on the menu. Maybe even paddle our feet down at the seaside at the beach. We'll see you later. Thanks for watching.